Hello, you guys. Welcome back to my podcast. Another episode. I guess I'll address the fact that I didn't make an episode for the past 2 weeks. I have been feeling just not 100% myself. I didn't want to put something out that I wasn't proud of or that I didn't feel like it was really me. And so I just wanted to wait until I was in a little bit better of a headspace to actually talk to you guys and be happy with what I'm saying. I am really happy to be back and recording again. I kind of found myself stuck in this mean cycle of self-sabotage and kind of just going through the motions. And what's crazy is that I didn't even really realize that the self-sabotage was happening. Your mind can be a very, very creative place, and that self-sabotage can kind of happen without you even knowing it. Your mind can really create a reality so convincing that you don't even question it. And for me, that reality was one where I was just sitting and allowing myself to be comfortable with being sad. And it looked like a very depressing couple of weeks. I'm happy that I woke up this morning and felt a little bit better. Talking about some of the things obviously helps. You have to actually process your emotions to feel better. And I was able to kind of talk it out a little bit with a friend, which I feel like very much was needed and helped me a lot. I feel like sometimes I convince myself that I'm suffering alone, which is totally not true. There are so many people going through probably very similar situations to what I'm going through. I know there's a lot of people that experience sadness probably similar to how I do. And life is hard. Life is really hard. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend that it's easy or sugarcoat anything for you guys, because that would just simply be a lie. I literally find myself saying that life is hard like once a day, because it is, and that's okay. It's not meant to be easy. It's just kind of working your way around that and being able to navigate life, knowing its battles and its challenges and its roadblocks. I always say if you want things to be different, you have to do things differently. And I feel like I was really not living my truth with that. And I kind of want to talk about all of that today, navigating the highs and the lows and the trials and tribulations of life. I feel like I've made it pretty evident or clear in some of my other episodes that I am healing from something, and in that process of healing, it becomes extremely easy to self-sabotage. Your mind can be either extremely beneficial or it can play to your demise. Really, whatever you think becomes true. And for a long time, I've just thought really negatively. And I've never been like that. That's kind of another thing that I've been dealing with, is just realizing that I'm not that person anymore. And having to let go of your old self is really challenging. I feel like that will always be a part of me, but I just need to let go the hope that I can feel the same way that I used to, because that's never going to happen. I have gone through so much since being that person. I have learned so much. So much has changed that it's just not possible for me to feel exactly how I used to feel. I know so much more than what I did then, good and bad. And so it's not gonna be the same ever. And accepting that has been hard for me. I do feel like I think about my past a lot, and that is partly because I am still healing from some of it. But I feel like we've been kind of trained or always told not to think about your past. And I say don't dwell on your past. Never dwell on things that you can't change. What's in the past is in the past. And I feel like that's exactly why people tell you to not think about it, is because it is in the past. You can't change anything that happened. But why do they talk about history in school? It's because the things that are in the past built the present. And so it's not like it can just be ignored or forgotten. It has significance. It holds importance to why we are the way that we are now. That was probably one of my best analogies yet. If you know, you know, I'd be giving terrible analogies. But yeah, I feel like it's not easy to let that side of you go when it is the reason you are who you are. It has everything to do with your character and what you believe. And so, yes, don't dwell, but also don't forget. I mean, there are a lot of things in my past that I would love to forget, and some things I will leave behind. But I feel like there is an importance in knowing and remembering where you came from and just everything that took place before where you are now. I may have talked about this before, but I just feel so strongly. Every part of me feels everything so strongly, and I feel like when I get into a rut or I begin to self-sabotage, if I'm just ever not feeling 100%, I kind of bury myself in that because I just feel so strong that even if it's not something I want to feel, I'll still feel it equally as passionate as I would something that I do want to feel, something positive. And just know that if you feel that way also, it's normal for, especially growing up and being younger, emotions are heavy. They weigh, like, one little thing or one big thing, one thing in general that you are feeling or going through, it can feel like the end of the world or, the beginning. And often there's just no in between. And that is very normal. I know it can feel hard, because it is hard to feel so strongly, but it is also a very beautiful thing, and it won't last forever. I feel like the older you get, the more you're kind of desensitized to the power of emotions, and things don't feel like the end of the world anymore because you've had so much time to realize that those things shouldn't have as much impact on you as they do or as they did. Now, kind of coming out on the other side of my rut, I just keep calling it, I've obviously been trying to look at the positives, and even throughout everything, anytime that I feel a sense of sadness, I always try and look at the positives. But I feel like now that I have kind of been feeling better the last couple of days, one thing that I've just been trying to tell myself on repeat is I get a whole another opportunity to discover myself and to figure out exactly who I am, and exactly what I want and what I need, and build my future and build myself up and just take care of myself, because I had been neglecting myself for a long time because people in my life from my past had taught me to do that. And so I feel like that's something that has been really hard for me to kind of deal with too. It's just obviously the healing process in its entirety, but just treating myself differently than how I've been treated by people that surround me. You really get to choose exactly what you believe, exactly how you feel about yourself. You get to paint a picture of your reality and what you want it to be. And just choose wisely. Don't put yourself through things that you don't need to go through, or things that you know you deserve better, or you know you shouldn't be in the situation that you're in. There's always a possibility to get out of it. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. Is that the saying? I think so. Light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. I want to talk about too, and this is like, I feel like everything I say is pretty real, but this is like very real, is just that it's not easy to come on here and talk to myself because there is no back and forth. It's just me, myself, and I. And then 2, just discuss things that are real and things that hold value, things that are hard to talk about. And it's hard to be yourself, especially when you're still kind of figuring that out. And I don't know, I feel like I've been getting better at it, and I feel like especially today I came on here with the intention of entirely giving it up to be myself, and I believe that I always try to show up as my authentic self, and it really shouldn't be that hard because I'm sitting here alone. Nobody's here to judge me. It's the thought of the fact that I know that I'm gonna post this, I'm gonna edit this, and I'm gonna post this, and it's kind of like that sense of feeling the need to watch what you say. Not that I really do ever watch what I say. I feel like I don't hold back from saying exactly what I want to say, but it is a very real thing that whoever watches this gets to experience, and it isn't always the easiest thing to do, especially in these last couple of weeks where I just haven't been feeling like myself, or just feeling good. And to come on here and talk about something that or preach what you guys should be doing, when me personally, I'm not even doing that myself. It's just not something that I wanted to do, so I didn't. And I'm sorry if anybody was disappointed. I know a couple of my friends were, but you'll thank me later for just being able to see the best side of me. Not that this is the best side of me, but this is a better side of me than anything I would have produced in the last few weeks. So also, I need to freaking stop saying get that word out of my vocabulary. Somebody please take it. I think I mentioned in the intro about how I haven't been taking my own advice, kind of with the whole, if you want things to be different, you have to do things differently. And I was really just dwelling on my life and, again, being comfortable and okay with being sad. And I hate that feeling. More than anything, I hate that feeling. I never want to be okay with being sad. But sometimes, and it's very easy to get comfortable in that situation, in feeling bad for yourself. I don't want to feel bad for myself. I'm an amazing person, and I have so many amazing things around me and people to be grateful for. I shouldn't be feeling sorry for myself, you know? Obviously, I've gone through so much and it's made me such a strong person. I shouldn't feel bad about that. I shouldn't feel sorry for myself for that. And so I feel like that's been something that's been challenging to overcome. Is just getting myself out of that rut and like being like, you deserve to feel better. So do that, you know? Take the steps to do that because I can, because nobody else is gonna do it for me. Yeah, like if you want to be happy, you have to make that happen. You can't rely on things or somebody else to be your source of happiness. And if you want to provide happiness, then yeah, you really have to do that yourself, because you can't try and give somebody the happiness that they're giving you back to them. It doesn't work like that. You need to give them the happiness that you gave to yourself. Same thing with love. If you try and love somebody that doesn't love themselves, you're gonna be at war with yourself over them. And that is the worst possible scenario ever. Why am I dying? Yeah, I just feel like I have so much advice to give all the time and so many wise thoughts, and I never apply them. I never take my own advice. I don't never take my own advice. I do occasionally. But when it comes to the important things, or when it comes to feeling sad, I have a hard time applying that, and I would love to get better at that. 2025 New Year's resolution, take my own advice. I want to know your guys' thoughts on New Year's resolutions. I feel like everybody, like, you either are for them or you're not. People say, if you didn't do it last year, why are you going to do it this year? Or something like that. I feel like they're good. I mean, the year is changing. It's like, it can be a sense of a fresh start. You know, obviously, technically, nothing is really changing. It's just another day, and now all of a sudden it's a new year. But, I don't know, to each their own. Look at it however you want to look at it, right? And if you think that this can be your opportunity to leave things behind, to create resolutions to dedicate yourself further into whatever's to come, then I say hell yeah. I think it is a really good, like, kind of turnover period where you can begin to make shit happen if you weren't before, because there is that sense of it being different and like a fresh start. So yeah, let me know your opinions. Yeah, I am just so glad and happy that I woke up feeling a little bit better today. You know, nobody is going to do that for you. Nobody is going to push you to do better. Obviously, if you're lucky enough, you'll have friends and family and people around you that will be your motivator and will support you and push you. But at the end of the day, it's really just you, yourself, and you. Me, myself, and I. You, yourself, and you. So yeah, I don't know, like at some point you just have to grow up and realize that you have to stop feeling bad for yourself. There's no other way to do it. And you just have to make shit happen. Whatever you want to happen, you have the ability and the power to do that. It literally just takes you to stop feeling miserable and to allow good things to come to you. So yeah, I mean, that's really kind of something I guess I would say is my New Year's resolution, is just to really allow good things to come to me and stop telling myself that I deserve to feel sad or just to not have everything that I want, because why would I deserve that? You know, I've been kind of programmed to think that, and it's really unfortunate. It's something that I dwell on, and that's exactly my problem, you know? But yeah, I pray that that will change, and you know, it's only up from here. I say that all the time, and then I crash out. Somebody please give me like the true definition of crashing out, because I feel like I've actually never crashed out. Actually, that's a lie. I don't know. Somebody give me the definition. I know like that it's just like when you like crash out, you just give up pretty much, in a sense. Am I right about that? Somebody obviously that's not like the exact meaning, like you crash out and you burn. I don't know how if I can't describe it, I don't expect y'all to give me the definition, but if somebody knows, please let me know for sure. But anyways, what am I talking about? Please get back onto the freaking topic. I just want to say that if you have time to put into yourself, do it. Any excess time, even time that you think you need to be spending doing something else, there's always an opportunity to put some of that aside for yourself, or to, while you're doing whatever else you need to be doing, to include yourself in that and just really develop yourself and put your energy into yourself and talk positively about yourself and to yourself, and just show up as the person that you want to be. Yeah, here I go again, telling y'all advice that I don't even take, but no, I am definitely getting better at taking my own advice, and like I think I said earlier, there is a lot of advice that I do take, just not all of it. If you have watched this whole video up until this point, thank you. I appreciate you and I love you more than you will ever know, and I don't want to drag it on when I kind of feel like I'm out of clothes, but this was so lovely to talk to you guys again. It really just is as simple as doing it, and I wish I had the strength to do that last week or the week before. I didn't want to put out something that I wasn't proud of, or that I didn't feel like I was being myself, and so I really think that that's the most important thing for me. So yeah, I hope this episode you got to see that a bit more, and hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you feel less alone if maybe you can relate to some of the things that I've been going through. Trust me, you are not the only one, and that's something that I have to remind myself daily, It's just that I'm not the only one. I put myself in a category, in a box, so often and allow myself to rot there because I feel like nobody else could possibly understand, when that is like far from the truth. There are so many people that are experiencing the same thing as you, and just know that you're not the only one. And if you or anybody that you know is struggling, obviously give them a hand. If anybody needs a hand, if anybody needs to talk, feel free to reach out. My DMs are open. DM me on Instagram, and I will gladly have a conversation with you. Talking makes everything so much better. It can be hard to be vulnerable and to talk about things that are not easy to talk about, obviously, but it is extremely beneficial. And if you feel like you need that, then I will be that for whoever needs it. So please feel free. It is honestly one of the strongest things that you can do, is to reach out. So don't feel like it makes you weak or little because you are going through something and you have to talk to somebody about it, It's one of the strongest things that you can do, and I guarantee you'll feel better after you do. So I will just leave you guys with that, and until next week, I plan to get back to regular programming. If you guys didn't already know, I normally upload every Friday at 3, so tune in if you enjoy these episodes where we just talk about some real shit. And please also give me topics or anything that you need advice on. I want more ideas of what you guys want to see, because I don't just want to produce my idea of what you guys want to see. I want to know feedback. And God, why have I been dying this whole filming? Deep breaths. Where was I? Please let me know your guys' feedback, things that you want to see, because that would mean so much to me. Have to rhyme, it's a must. The opportunity was right there. Okay, thank you for hanging out with me for however long this video is, and I will see you guys next week. I don't want to end it. I feel like I've genuinely missed this. Me plotting on what else I can talk about? No. Okay. I'm gonna call it a wrap. Okay, I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing me to speak my truth and be open. And I've really honestly never had, actually that's a lie. I have had negative feedback, but really the reaction has been so positive, and that's all that I will ever read into. I'm not gonna hold any space for anything negative, not over here. So I just can't thank you guys enough, and I hope everybody is doing well. It's the holidays. I know it can be hard. Give somebody a hug and just tell them that you love them, and we will all make it through to the new year. I believe in us. Okay. I love you guys. Again, thank you so much. Please leave a like, comment, and share this video. Okay. Damn, why is it so hard to leave you guys right now? I'm struggling to end it, but that's okay. I'll be back in due time. In no time. Okay. Thank you again. Tea out.